as well as some other tournaments, and even in the shorter term, nearer future, a couple of big tournaments for these Chinese teams to be sinking their teeth into. That is a very nice set of smooths heading into Nuke here. CS2 hits different.
Nuke has never looked better, but has Steel Helmet ever looked better? Well,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
they
so.
have. Maybe,
I think they have.
Possibly. But we'll see what they can do here on Nuke. Let's hope. Let's hope they can at least give us something semi-competitive. This is TYLOO's home territory, though, and that is a bit of a start, isn't it? P250 from JamYoung. Gonna tap off the head of Mo. And Kaze is not afraid of taking the fight solo either, is he? Look at how fast TYLOO is through the map. They've got 2 players down B. Kaze's pushing up into heaven, and Mosey is still somewhere hanging around in lobby. So Steel Helmet have got absolutely no idea what's going on.
Plant gone down on lower, as you mentioned. Mosey on the late lurk back through vent rotation, but will he be able to make it down to lower in time? At least there's no kits for the CTs, so that'll slow them down quite a bit.
Mosey as well. His timing is going to be fantastic, or maybe just a little bit too late. He's going to have to do it himself. Has now been spotted as those shots do ring out. This is going to have to be an incredible clutch from him. He's just going to be gate-kept by the door. Swing for the bomb, Mosey. Oh, it was potentially on. If DD misses that shot, it really could have been something. But in the end, it will be Steel Helmet starting with the pistol.
Getting the chance going. The
Yep.
Steel Helmet, let's go. You'll love to see it. 1-0 for them is the start that they were looking for. With the plant, though, of course, you are going to see the force buy-in from TYLOO. Kaze holding on to some extra cash to potentially purchase himself an AWP into round 4 should this initial force buy not go so well. Quick wrap into lowers for Xiaosage, wanting to put some pressure on outside from Secret side, and DD also falling to lowers relatively quickly. There isn't really any smokes on outside or information denial. It is just Kaze looking for picks over in outside, so I'm not sure what was prompting the additional rotates. And as Xiaosage heads towards outside, you'll be able to clear that. DD going down in ramp is problematic, though, despite the fact that he's been able to do so much damage.
I think there was a lurk smoke out of Squeaky, so I don't know if maybe they broke open the vent and thought that there might have been someone that dropped down the vent, but either way, JamYoung and Mercury very low on HP. You're kind of relying now on Advent and Mosey to do the lion's share of the work here. It is Galil's that are going to be required. You got head armor for everyone except for AE, and he's obviously low anyway, so really a huge concern in that department for Steel Helmet.
Be the contact down ramp, but you're going into Mr. Superstar, 33-year-old talent himself. JamYoung picking up an M4 here, so it's rifles across the board. 2 of these TYLOO players clinging to life.
Yeah, I mean, Xiaosage really is the 33-year-old up-and-comer. I can see him on a top Chinese team in the near future. Let's see what Advent can do. Mercury. Oh, okay. You really thought Mercury was going to be the freebie there. Well, 15 HP is all he needs to really get the job done. Mo not confident enough to go swinging out of door yet. But he has spotted Mosey floating around, and Mercury inside of the smoke again. He's the 15 HP menace. Now it's down to JamYoung. 4 HP. Oh, biding his time nicely. Gets that headshot onto AE. That's all he needed. And has to now just play that time because AE, well, I'm not sure that that's quite broad enough, unfortunately. 18 will have enough time for that defuse. Really thought AE going down that quickly might have opened the door up for JamYoung, but not the case this time. Still a lot of economic damage.
I'm not sure if he threw the A4 into the water, by the way, so he might have to stick with that kill, unfortunately.
It splashed into the water. I heard it.
Yeah, the T side here. Gonna undoubtedly force again, though, I would assume, given the fact that that plant went down and only 1 player survived on the CT side, and indeed it will be a force buy heading into round number 3 here.
Yeah.
Kaze in particular held on to a bit of extra cash with the scout purchase, so he's able to get AK and armor.
I reckon 18 might have been able to pick up another M4 from somewhere else because the Galil certainly hasn't come through, but I'm definitely sure that he threw the initial one into the water. Oh. Either way, it's not going to matter. I mean, just look at that from Mosey. TYLOO's not messing around.
Absolutely shut down. AE finds Mosey in the meanwhile. And TYLOO 4 on 3 now, walking through outside. Smoke on the top side of Annex to provide a little bit more coverage for Mercury with the wall of smokes to walk straight across into Secret. The rest of TYLOO holding for more CT aggression, giving Mercury a little bit of space to work his way down Secret, see what he can potentially find in the mid to late round. And still Helmet, you can see they're getting active. One in radio, one in hut, one lowers.
This is a nice little push from AE. Catching Kaze in the back of the head. And Mo. Oh, he wants to take the fight. That is something else. Not sure that's going to work against a player of JamYoung's caliber. And so Xiaosage is left 1-on-3. See what kind of dirty work he can get up to again. Man's pretty cracked. But TYLOO have successfully negotiated away. Mercury's waiting for him to come down the vents. So first round on the board for TYLOO in map 2.
Difficult position for the CT side now. Hard reset. Double eco 1400. Double shadow spotted out there for Mosey. The shadows in CS2 definitely make certain pushes and certain angles much less favorable than in Go. Force buy coming out here for Steel Helmet to try to consolidate the fact that they are pretty broke across the board. But horrible position to be in on the CT side, especially given the MR12 format. These early force buys off the back of the T side bomb plants can be very difficult to recover from if you find yourself on the pointy end of them.
Advent will make short work of AE. These two guys in lobby, though, are going to have to work in tandem. Advent hasn't been able to reload that MAC-10, only has 11 bullets. If the push were to come through from Steel Helmet, I'm sure they could at least get one. Oh, Mo. Oh, Captain, my Captain. That is some 2015 movement, isn't it?
They don't work like they used to. Tell you that for free. 3-on-5 here for the pistol forcing Steel Helmet. PD holding on to a bit of extra cash for an AWP purchase, I'm assuming, in round 6. But this force buy going nowhere fast. Util pressure into upper. Maybe to try to help TYLOO get down the vent. Mosey's still holding on to backside of lobby. Will be rewarded for it. And in the meanwhile, TYLOO just holding for more aggression. Giving Steel Helmet enough rope to hang themselves with before they eventually establish themselves a post plant down on lowers.
All right. What was that? What gun was that? M4. Not a bad pickup for Captain Mo.
Yeah.
A couple of complexity stickers there too.
Dropping a pistola over to one of the other boys and, you know, use that heading into the next round.
I rate that M4. It looks nice.
Yeah, not a bad little sticker combo. Advent pointing to his new team on the jersey. Love that.
You know, what I really appreciate about those TYLOO pictures is there is no shortage of opportunities to make the players give you a finger. You see the Kaze edit? Like, look at this. You could just Photoshop Advent's finger and have him giving you the finger. Oh, I think that's hilarious.
12-year-old humor at its finest.
Mate, it goes hard on the Twitter sphere. I'll tell you that.
Expecting more of the same here for Steel Helmet heading into this next round. Not a whole lot on offer when you find your economy reset so early on by these T-side forces. However, with the A1S, DD had a bit of extra cash. He's going to buy himself an MP9 and armor, keep things interesting. So look, it's a somewhat dangerous array of weapons here for Steel Helmet, but TYLOO should be more than ready for this.
JamYoung's dropped onto Annex roof. Should have been heard by Steel Helmet. DD on the push. Got to get away with something like that, don't you, when you're on a round like this? And so it's a good start for Steel Helmet, but they have lost Xiaosage down toward the B side of the map, and that is going to prompt some rotations, but might come through just a little bit too late. Captain Mo, he's trying to hold on. JamYoung with this massive flank, though, through outer. Oh, he's been spotted by AE, and he knows it.
Another AK dropped. Hold on. This is definitely getting a little spicy. Advent with a MAC-10, not a lot of HP to cling to, and this is a big rotation in through Megaton.
Head armor missing for a lot of those Steel Helmet members, though. DD, 18, AE, all lacking it. Doesn't seem like it's really going to come into play until Kaze rips off AE's head. And 18 armorless does not want to go for it. If only he knew Kaze and Advent was so low. It's very much around there. He could have won.
Gonna take all the guns away though. There's no way you're getting away from the radius on this HP as the TYLOO members. Kaze's doing his best. You reckon? He's running.
Yeah, I think he might be all right. I'm not
Backside
sure.
lobby. Nah,
Yeah.
there's no way, bro. Just too far. They've got plenty of cash to be able to reinvest, so not the biggest of issues. Still helmet. Invest, so not the biggest of issues. Still helmet. Definitely did some damage. Gave themselves an outside shot at winning that last round. In the same fashion that they were finding some success on the Mirage. Just a fair bit of raw aim. Pulling them up by their bootstraps. Here we go though, round 6. TYLOO still with a fair bit of cash in the back pocket. Molly's missed for Kaze. It's going to be a explosion outdoors. Xiaosage started it well for the CT side, but we're getting trades back and forth. Mosaic gets control of the site though. With the smoke blown open on Annex, we ended up in a 2-on-2.
He needs to be careful though. He's actually playing it pretty nicely, but ultimately there was nowhere really to go. So Kaze, raw adjustment did look pretty good for a second there. 18 makes noise dropping off of the rafters. And Kaze, well aware, will start to back away from that. Tosses himself out of smoke, and he's just going to try to slow this one down. I think that's a good choice. Plenty of time to play with.
Bombs on the ground. Steel helmet. Opting to double up. CT vent can still see the bomb just outside of the smoke. Oh, starting to split up here. Maybe we'll present Kaze with some options in this 1-on-2.
Maybe able to grab the bomb silently. He shift walked over it. DD will fall. He's got to be expecting 18 on the right side, but doesn't land a shot. Surprised almost that he goes for the repeat there. He could have walked away and gone anywhere. Still had a bit of time to work with, but in the end, it's going to be a round 1 for Steel Helmet, though admittedly, again, down to 1 player.
Going to take a big toll on their economy, and TYLOO have the cash in the back pocket to be able to recover from that. They will, again, buy up into this one, but starting to run out of cash now with 1900 loss bonus on either side. This is a pretty big swing round. Decide which way this half is going to start to make its way towards, which team it'll favor. There's the waterfall smoke top side of Annex. TYLOO start to cross outside into Secret. DD already down there. AU gathering info for him, and 18's already found a pick onto Advent on outside. That's the bomb dropped.
Yeah, Kaze's doing a pretty good job, though, of locking that down. He has managed to pick up Xiaosage, and in the meanwhile, JamYoung's been able to creep quite close with the Mac-10. Looks like that's being watched by AE, but it doesn't matter. JamYoung is a little bit better, and he's even causing problems for 18. Now it's on to Mo. You'd be lucky to double down with the MP9 there, and spacing is good enough for Kaze to get the trade pretty easily. JamYoung's done the dirty work on the top side of the map, so it's just DD and his bright red hair to try to save this game.
Is it red? I got the digital vibrance cranked. It looks like pink to me.
Pinkish. Yeah, it's a little bit pink, red. I don't know. Take your pick. Pick your poison. I think it might have been red once, and maybe it's faded.
Yeah, look.
He was like danking before danking. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Like danking always rocked up to the events with the crazy haircut.
Yeah. I think
Right,
DD's definitely takes the cake because he's rocking all kinds of stuff.
Oh, he's got the mullet. Yeah.
He's got a mullet now. Before he had like the dreads. Before that, he had like the short little bowl cut kind of thing. He's really a man of many styles. Unfortunately, winning at Counter-Strike is not one of them these days. Once upon a time, though, was the Chinese aimer that inspired a generation.
I mean, he's in a top 4 team still in China.
Are you really going to say that?
What do you mean? They're at the event. These are the top 4 Chinese teams. Who actually, though, by the way, would you have rated higher than Steel Helmet, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, TYLOO and Linvision are there. Yep. Can't say the same for Wings Up or Rare Atom right now. I don't think they've proven themselves yet. Yeah. And then there's like Noobs but Diligent, but from what I hear, they're kind of dead anyway. And also, I don't think they were better than Steel Helmet to begin with. So actually who else is there.
Yeah.
New Happy, maybe, but New Happy's a little bit like up and down. Not really sure what their status is.
Not gonna argue with you. They are technically in the top 4.
They're the third best Chinese team, mate. Doesn't matter what you say.
They're a Chinese team.
The facts are the facts.
Half bike coming out for Steel Helmet. And look, they'll see what they can do with the saved rifle on DD. The aggression on outside. Captain Mo once again makes the pistol work and finds a rifle for his troubles. So 5 on 4 now for Steel Helmet, who start to mobilize into a bit of an upper stack. This could work out. TYLOO rerouting into ramp though, and that is widely undefended. Just that one player DD with the rifle on elbow might be good enough. Goes 1 for 1, further extending the advantage.
Yeah, straight down into that B bomb site though. TYLOO showing not a lot of fear. Oh, good wrangling of the spray control there from JamYoung to equalize things. Captain Mo, AK in hand. He's been spotted out, but a team will strike. They've got the info though that there's someone in control room, and JamYoung is watching.
Classic, is it not?
Yeah.
That window push is absolutely classic.
I mean, you just had to watch Mo literally running up the ladder at JamYoung earlier on in this half to realize
onto
the kind of
roof.
mentality. Yeah, onto lobby roof with an MP9 to
Hey,
get an
it's not-
idea of
It's
what they
not
want to
Dan
do.
King jumping down from heaven into hut and Wing up the ladder 5 seconds into the round, TYLOO, but it's something.
It's close to it.
That's definitely a highlight for me. All-time Asian CS highlight. Dan King on lobby roof 10 seconds into the round on CT side. Alrighty. Well, once again, after, look, a little bit of back and forth. This is just, look at this from Steel Helmet. No grenades. No grenades, CT side nuke. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. It just aim duel heavy. As always.
Yep.
Gotta respect it. They're gonna go down swinging.
Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're going to give it a crack. DD with the AWP. Let's see some magic. Xiaosage. Oh, might be under a bit of pressure, especially when that smoke starts to fade. 18 out here trying to help him out. They have managed to find JamYoung.
TYLOO with some secret control. Mosey once again left behind as the lurker in a lot of these rounds, but setting him up for a flash. Advent gets left wanting, can't double down. Mosey only going 1 for 1, and that is a 2-man advantage for Steel Helmet, none of which are on the lowers bomb site. So look, I've seen many a 2-on-4-1 in lowers by a T-side team that gets themselves in a pretty entrenched post plant. Very tricky to retake the lower sites at the best of time, and I am especially looking at the fact that there are really no grenades here for the CTs and no kits either.
It's taken them a long time to even get to the side at this point, coming in from secret. Double stacked up toward Decon, and boom.
Where's he going?
He's going home. He's going home. He's not going to be
No.
staying in Shanghai for very long. I tell you what, this land's not going to last long for Steel Helmet. TYLOO said, don't worry about it, guys. We'll get you on the next flight home. Nice and comfortable for the old men. Get back home early and safe. We'll carry on. Poor Steel Helmet. They're just getting bullied in the server and on the broadcast.
I got a lot of respect for these players, as I'm sure you do, Jordan, but, you know, like I said, they've done well to make it to the top 4 event. They've done well to make it to the LAN event. You know, it speaks to the quality and the caliber of these players that well past their prime, they've been able to school these kids online and make it to a closed qualifier for an IEM event. I think that really says it all. Class is forever.
Yeah.
But going up against the current informed best team in your region, I don't think that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're having fun being on LAN again anyway.
Yeah.
Don't get
I mean,
that
I'm sure
opportunity all the time.
I'm sure this is the only reason why they really still are playing, you know? It's for funsies. Like, how serious of a team can they be if they don't buy grenades on CT side?
That's true, but Captain Mo, you can get a double kill with a 5-7. Maybe you don't need nades. Xiaosaga's got one with the MP9 as well. There's still a lot to be said about this round. That's the beauty of it when you're watching these Steel Helmet teams. I mean, look at this guy. He's just running at them, leaving it onto Captain Mo's shoulders.
Yeah, this is why we love these players. And have honestly missed their presence in the pro scene. We love Chinese Counter-Strike because it is raw and unpolished. Captain Mo, 1-on-2, very doable for him. Down the window stairs, but a crossfire between Dark and backside there with, I believe, an unbroken window and door is going to be problematic. There will have to be a sound cue at some point.
Well, he's not getting anything. So he's going to have to try to make something. Hasn't got the peak that he was looking for. And Kaze will get it done. Another pretty easy one for TYLOO.
It's breaking my brain a little bit that some of the players on Steel Helmet are not the players we're referring to when we say TYLOO. But I think we've done well so far. Alright. Steel Helmet. Another buy for them. Try to salvage a respectable scoreline for themselves, if possible. Getting a bit of a cheer from the crowd. You love to see it. Aggression straight outdoor. Punished by 18 so far.
Well, Mo, Xiaosage really are the ones that are holding it down at the moment on the A side. I mean, like, where has this come from? Like, Steel Helmet just made that round look so easy.
I think, quite honestly, to break it down to one-head analysis, when TYLOO run at them and do these fast strats and force Steel Helmet to take aim duels and hold their positions, they seem to have limited success, and Steel Helmet seem to be a lot more comfortable just defending uppers rushes, just defending quick, fast strats, quicker plays. But when it comes down to playing the rotation game and the macro, I think TYLOO has them beat every day of the week. A lot of these slower rounds when outside gets pressured, feels like Steel Helmet doesn't have the chemistry that they need and the practice to be able to play the rotation game as CT side Nuke. Because let's be real, this is not really even a map that most of these players played when they were active. Xiaosage did, but DD, Mo, like TYLOO, famously would not touch Nuke.
That's true. I mean, and even back then, like, TYLOO was a far cry from what it is today. They might have been playing in the TYLOO with the hut window. The Nuke with the hut window.
Look, Advent takes a couple with him as we head into the final round of the half, which could put a little more pressure on this CT side economy. Take a few, heaven forbid, grenades away from the CT side. Not that I think they're interested in using them, really. Most important thing is that they get rifles in their hands. Orb gets thrown back over to AE. And look, Steel Helmet. They can find themselves a fifth. It's not a good half, but it's something. A bit more respectable than what they were able to find on Mirage. Waterfall smoke top side of Annex. Progression smoke on outside. And Kaze with the Krieg goes searching for picks.
AE gonna get himself the 1-for-0 so far and able to set up on the next line. Look at the jiggle peaks though from TYLOO. They know. Mo's on the push again. This guy does not stop holding the W key. And, well, TYLOO are very aware of that possibility. Now's where you need to see AE just W key as well. Because why not? I mean, if you're going to commit to the bit, at least commit to the bit. Kaze is doing a lot of that, though. And AE is indeed on the push, but it is going to be too little too late to make a difference in this round. That's that. 8-4. A little bit better for Steel Helmet at the end of the half, but I guess still leaving a bit to be desired. All right, well, let's jump back into the game. I think obviously you look at the Steel Helmet side, they're quite happy to be here, but it probably means a little bit more for TYLOO. Obviously feeling pretty confident at the moment. It's been a pretty straightforward day for TYLOO, right? They won that first map really clean. Second map, 8-4 up. I mean, what more really needs to be said about TYLOO so far today? It's more of a question of what they're going to look like tomorrow, but yeah, at the moment it seems like they're just upholding their end of the bargain.
Yeah, aggression on outside here for Steel Helmet. They're split up all around the map, but so far kind of getting picked apart. Kaze peeks off the back of Advent's flash. His TD in lockers. The T's are absolutely everywhere right now. It's a bunch of lemmings running around the map, and TYLOO really unsure how to respond right now.
Why not? W key.
This through ramp into lockers. And Kaze's like, I'm pretty sure there's one in lockers. He was right.
DD doesn't care. He's going to wide swing you anyway. Look at him go.
There.
He's
What's
just
he
jumping
doing?
around like a madman.
The rest of Steel Helmet just holding. Also static around the map. Mo sitting indoor. 18's on outside. Xiaosage sitting in unbreakable. None of them being peaked whatsoever. DD continuing to apply pressure, but now going to fall back and join up with Xiaosage hand in hand. Over on ramp side. Starting to group back towards lobby. Looks to be a lobby contact late into the round for Steel Helmet. No, they're changing their minds. Back down Megaton now.
JamYoung there to receive. He's a bit of a sharpie. USP looking good in his hands for that first kill, but starting to run low on bullets. He gets the critical kill that he needs, and that has bought enough time. Had he not managed to get that kill onto DD, at least not seen that player fall, sort of gotten a bit more difficult. Now, though, Captain Mo, he had no time to do anything with anyway, so that round was well and truly done. And TYLOO, they are taking a walk in the park in this series.
Yeah, City side pistol. Gonna set them up in a very nice position. And Steel Helmet. I mean, what can you really expect? Nuke, not a map that I think is in their wheelhouse. They haven't had official on it in the last 3 months, so not much should be done. However, T-side Mirage, they loved a bit of a deagle round, a bit of a deco. So we'll see if they're able to hit any nice shots with them, provide us a bit of entertainment as they get played out of the qualifier here, I believe.
Well, Mosey's still got a bit of work to do here on Outer. We'll change his position up to a little bit of a safer spot behind Unbreakable. Not going to shy away from the fights, though. He does need to be careful about those deagles.
Yeah, TYLOO giving them the respect that they deserve, that they've earned, really, with how sharp their deagling has been looking. Mosey should have thought better about that one. Goes looking for a little bit of something, and AU snaps his head off.
Yeah.
That's an M4 dropped over towards CT spawn side, but going to be difficult to retrieve that as TYLOO start to mobilize around it. JamYoung peeking out from ladder base, multiple players positioned close to Annex side.
The round's certainly not over, but prudent point that you made about Steel Helmet. A lot of these players not really favoring Nuke in their heyday, so how comfortable are they on it even today? They have the wherewithal to convert a round like this when they have the numbers advantage, but still, you know, down on weaponry, it has to be said. Mercury looking okay with that MP9, still needs to do a bit more work, and he'll whip out the USP for the final one as well. And I think that gives us our answer. TYLOO not really concerned about the player disadvantage.
I'm kind of wondering if they're going to know, like, the default wall of the new smokes.
They knew the good
Steel
smokes
Helmet
on
side.
Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage is a different story, though. The smokes haven't really changed too much, to be honest, on Mirage. Obviously, the stairs smoke has changed quite a bit. The window smokes changed a little bit. Look, they're not buying utility. I forgot, Jordan. Even DD has enough for a smoke, and he said, nah, I'm going to save that $300, thanks.
I only need 2 smokes. I mean, to be fair, 2 smokes is all you need now. Or you could just run out onto the A side like that.
This is basically what I expected, to be honest. And this is true insider knowledge, is it not, Jordan? That this is what I expected from a Steel Helmet T side, given that, you know, in their active career, none of these players really played very much Nuke. They have played a lot of aimbots, though, and that map definitely doing them a couple of favors here, unfortunately, though. 2-on-4, many more heads need to be snapped to the Steel Helmet to find success in this round.
Was Zoking playing in Steel Helmet at one point? I feel like he was.
Yeah, I think so. I'll find out for you, Jordan, while you play us out the rest of this round.
When you talk about players snapping to heads, like Zoking, you know, he had like the most mechanical arm movements you've ever seen, guys. It was crazy. I don't think he did.
No. Somebody.
Yeah.
You're thinking of somebody who is now back and playing actively again. So, you know, Steel Helmet might be a little bit of a young talent farm team in China, I reckon.
True.
They've picked up somebody. Now time to pick up this Xiaosage bloke. Seems like a up-and-coming talent. Pretty sharp, if you ask me.
Love to see it. I mean, Steel Helmet, they're still having a good time by the looks of things.
Yeah,
As good of a time as you can have.
I think it's just good to be back on land, good to be playing this kind of a match. Regardless of the fact that, you know, they probably aren't really able to be competitive, you know. TYLOO, an absolute beast of a roster right now, and I dare say going to be quite motivated by the fact that they've been picked up to the premier Chinese org.
Yep.
I'm wondering if it's really going to change much for TYLOO playing under this brand. The team.
I hope that it does. I really hope that it does, actually, because I think that there is a certain level of expectation when you're playing for TYLOO. Similar to maybe the Mongols, for example. It's like you can't not be the best team in that region and be that team. Like, if anyone would revive the Vox name in Australia, like, you can't not be the best team.
That was the issue with the Vox rosters towards the end.
Exactly. I mean, now
that
debatably
no one
it could
will
be
remember,
Greyhound.
really.
Greyhound is that name now, I think, almost. And then the newer era of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, sure.
Like, if Greyhound ever wasn't the best team, it'd be like, oh, this is a bit weird.
Yeah. Makes sense. Look, we're going through the formalities here. Steel Helmet does not have a Nuke T side. It doesn't exist. The game plan is shoot head. And look, that works for 1 or 2 kills around, but outside of that, I think this is going to probably be a 13-4, ladies and gents. Has been great to watch Steel Helmet playing. A lot of these guys are legendary names in Chinese Counter-Strike. And it's great to just watch them on the server yet again, but against current era TYLOO, they are unfortunately not really a competitive team.
Tell you what, though, if you want to see some more Chinese Counter-Strike, then you don't have too far to look, because we'll have Wings Up on Vision right after this as well, which will also be a pretty interesting game storylines-wise. We might get through this one first before we start discussing that. JamYoung actually gets a kill from beyond the grave with the Molotov. Keeps the numbers well in advance for TYLOO.
Bomb still in lobby, so that is going to be troublesome. Captain Mo still looking for a duel to be taking on outside. Unfortunately, loses most of his HP, and despite having the ramp control, the Steel Helmet boys don't have the bomb or any real meaningful control of the bomb site, and they've lost over half the team.
Kaze waiting for 18 to make the peak, and he's not going to miss. Talk about AWPing being a little bit more difficult in Counter-Strike 2. Doesn't seem to have affected Kaze there. And Xiaosage, you know, again, the best performer for Steel Helmet on this map as well. Hasn't quite stepped up as much as he did on Mirage, and that is going to be that. TYLOO are going to win 13-4. Feels like a bit more of a formality than anything else for them. You can see, you know, very muted excitement coming through from the TYLOO roster. They know that the big test is going to come tomorrow when they do have to face the winner of Vision or Wings Up. It will probably be Vision.